Welcome to a very special episode of Bioenergetics Beat. I'm Miriam Cloutier, your host for today, and a proud member of the We Are NIKKI team. Today's episode is sponsored by NIKKI, the personal frequency delivery system that you wear. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned to the very end for a very special giveaway. Today, we are doing something a bit different and taking you behind the scenes of NIKKI. We are thrilled to introduce our guests for this episode, Nicole Sullivan, the president of We Are NIKKI, and Janis Klipper, who works in customer service and directly supports Lyme support groups. My name's Miriam. I'm the architect of awesome here at We Are NIKKI, and I help with the operations of NIKKI. Let's dive in. Let's welcome Nicole and Janis.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Miriam. Thanks, Janis.
Thanks for joining us, you guys. I'm really excited to give our listeners a view into what goes on behind the scenes at We Are NIKKI. So Nicole, you were on the first two episodes of Bioenergetics Beat. Do you have any updates about NIKKI that you can share with our listeners?
Well, I think the thing that's really exciting is that we continue to evolve. So the idea behind what we're doing is that as NIKKI develops more frequency sets, we have an opportunity to keep expanding and keep supporting the Lyme community and the people that are looking for wellness beyond their day-to-day and what they can access. So it's pretty exciting that our developments include expanding of the Lyme suite of frequencies now. So we took that amazing program that we've worked on for years and years and years, and now we've expanded it to support so many more things going on in the body besides Lyme. You know, there's the ravages of Lyme, the things that happen after, the things that happen during, that people have been experiencing. So we developed that suite to expand and support in new ways. And the same with the new wellness suite. So it is a reiteration of the platinum program that we had. So my encouragement to people is to not get stuck on any particular frequency set or any frequency suite, because we will keep developing them and expanding on them.
That's really exciting. With our Lyme suite that we just launched, previously we just had our flagship Lyme program. So that is now called Lyme Daily, and there are 9 other Lyme and co-infection suite related to that. Are you able to give more information about those 10 programs?
I am. So the Lyme Daily, as you mentioned, is our flagship program. So that's our minute-by-minute program, which runs the detox, the Lyme Complete, and the stress and anxiety through a cycle building up to a full cycle over 30 days. That's the intention. And so the Lyme Daily is a use first and use daily. That's the whole idea, is that you want to be using that as the foundational piece on the Lyme journey with us, and then looking at some of those other sets. So, and targeting other things that may be systemically difficult, or that somebody was having particular problems with. So we've got bacteria, we've got detox, we've got emotion, we've got gut health, histamine, Lyme sleep, mold, inflammation, and stress. So quite a few of these are things that people experience difficulty with, depending on where the Lyme settles in the body. So some people have neurological Lyme, some people have symptoms in their gut, some people have a lot of pain and inflammation. And so we were looking at ways that we could expand and support, so people could target certain areas after they use the Lyme Daily.
That's awesome. If you had contact with anybody at We Are NIKKI or our sister company Freemedica, you have probably spoken to our lovely Miss Janis Klipper. Now, Janis, you get a lot of questions about the Lyme Daily. Can you go a little bit deeper into the program and best uses for the Lyme Daily?
Thank you. Lyme Daily, as you heard, is our signature program, very comprehensive. So when Nicole talked about it's a minute by minute, it's a 30-day kind of ramp up to the full duration. And you continue to wear Lyme Daily after the 30 days. That is your go-to every single day. So it starts with a detox, because we want to detox the body. And then it automatically goes to Lyme Complete. And Lyme Complete is very comprehensive. It has frequencies for Lyme and co-infections, viruses, bacteria, mold, fungals, and parasites. And then we finish it off with an hour of frequencies for stress and anxiety. So when you get to the full 30 days, you're going to have 30 minutes of detox, 30 minutes of that Lyme Complete, and 60 minutes of stress and anxiety for a full run time of 2 hours. And then it's going to shut off. And then you're free to go ahead and choose the other frequencies from the Lyme suite.
I'm just going to add something there, Janice, because I think it's something that's really, really important. We have provided this beautiful suite of frequencies, and what we used to do before was add frequencies after a certain period of time. And the reason that we did that is that we didn't want people frequency hopping, and we didn't want people to use frequencies like all day in terms of like using detox all day or using bacteria all day or anything like that, because that can really throw someone into a difficult detox situation or potentially herxing situation. So my biggest suggestion would be go slowly and try something, target it, see how that goes, and just use it for a little bit. Some of them have suggested run times or automatic run times of 2 hours or 12 hours. That doesn't necessarily mean use it for 12 hours or 2 hours completely. I'd say use it for 5 minutes, 1 minute. See what your body knows. You know your body best.
Yeah, it's interesting. We had somebody who tried the Lyme Suite, and I know in our Lyme community, a lot of customers and a lot of people in the Lyme community have been dealing with this disease for 30, 40, 50 years. And they see like the NIKKI as, oh, I'm so hopeful. And then I feel that they go one after another. And so Janis was on vacation. I was talking to a customer the other day, and he had just got his NIKKI, and he was like 2 days in, and he's like, "Oh, I feel so bad." And I asked, well, what have you done? And he's like, "Well, I ran the Lyme program, and then I did bacteria, and then I did the gut health, and then I did can't remember what else he did." And he's like, "I just played them over and over." And I was like, you really, like, I find with the Lyme Daily particularly, you just got to go low and slow. And NIKKI, like you mentioned, you really need to check in with your body. And I know on one day I tried the gut health, and within 5 minutes I actually had to like pull my car over, turn it off. I switched to stress and anxiety to bring my nervous system down. And then I tried again the next day. And then I just like slowly would check in to see how's my body responding? How am I feeling? You have to go really, really slow. And part of how we built the Lyme Daily is day one, you get 1 minute of detox, 1 minute of Lyme Complete, an hour. And every day the detox and the Lyme will increase by 1 minute. So it's a very slow progression, and it slowly introduces your body into the frequency to get the full duration. Now, Janis, part of what you deal with is helping people go through this. So is there some frequencies that you suggest over others to try right away besides the Lyme Daily? Because Lyme Daily is your every day, you're going to wear that once a day. What could they wear after Lyme Daily, do you think, that could help them go through this Lyme journey?
So what I would suggest is after you're finished the Lyme Daily, choose the other frequencies. For example, if you have difficulty sleeping, go ahead and choose the Lyme Sleep. I wear that one, and it is amazing. I wake up from a sound sleep. Do the inflammation, do the emotion, do the stress and anxiety. And as Nicole said, check in with yourself. What do you feel that your body needs right now? And go ahead and choose those other frequencies. My suggestion would be to hold off on doing the ones for detox and the bacteria, which also focuses on bacteria and co-infections and viruses and parasites. Hold off on those ones, and also the mold. Any of those that can have a potential herx reaction where you can be uncomfortable. So go ahead and do those other ones that are just for general wellness. And as Nicole said, you might want to also do those slowly. Try slowly, try with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes with those other ones as well. But I think it's important. I suggest, it takes 30 days to get to where you're wearing the full duration for the Lyme Daily, and then wear it for a month before you're wanting to focus in on issues that you may have. For example, the ones with the bacteria or the detox or the mold, so that your body has gotten used to the full duration of the Lyme Daily. And again, you continue to wear your Lyme Daily. That is your go-to every day.
Yeah, use daily and use often. So I would also say this is not a no pain, no gain situation. I know sometimes people get excited and they're like, yeah, I'm herxing, or yeah, this is happening, I'm detoxing, and they feel terrible and they get excited about it because it's the first time something's working for them. And I get that, but it doesn't necessarily have to be full throttle, and you can dial it back and still have tremendous results. So I just wanted to mention something. So Janis, you talked about using Lyme sleep. So those people that are using the Lyme suite of frequencies, and there are people that have the wellness suite of frequencies, and there is sleep on the wellness set, and there's a Lyme sleep on the Lyme suite of frequencies. And some people have both sets of frequencies. So what's the difference? What's the difference between Lyme sleep and the sleep? So the first difference is Lyme sleep is only available with the Lyme suite of frequencies, and sleep is only available with the wellness suite of frequencies. So here's the second difference. Lyme sleep was designed to enhance emotional health, relaxation and sleep, support stress relief, pain reduction, inflammation, cellular repair, and immune function while you sleep, plus a number of targeted frequencies for people during their Lyme and co-infection recovery and sleep quality. And sleep was designed to support sleep cycles, sleep quality, and overnight recovery from daytime emotional and physical stressors. So while they sound similar, there are some significant differences between the two. If you have both sets of frequencies, then try them. If you have both suites, and see what works best for you.
If I may make a suggestion.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's important, I think, especially with sleep, and this is what I found, and it's what I recommend to people. Try one of them first. So for example, maybe you want to try the Lyme sleep first. Start that about 2 hours before you go to bed so that your body is receiving that information and starts responding to that information so that when you go to bed and you run it all night, and then do that for about 2 weeks. And then if that doesn't seem to be doing it for you, then try the wellness sleep. And again, the same thing, about 2 hours before you go to bed, put it on and see if that works better for you. Because in my case, the wellness sleep didn't really do it for me, but the Lyme sleep did. And I have a colleague, it was the reverse for him. So it all depends what your body needs and what it's struggling with the sleep cycle. So give it about 2 weeks, as I said.
Yeah, I think that's a great suggestion. I also turn mine on between an hour and 2 hours before bedtime. And I work so well with the Lyme sleep. Interesting. For me, that I just go, oh, okay, here we go. All right, starting to relax, and I can feel my body just starting, oh, here we go. And I can feel everything start to let go. And then I have these incredible, incredible sleeps.
So you guys both just brought up some really good points, such as we have two suites of frequencies. We have our wellness frequency suite, and we have our Lyme suite of frequencies. Then we also have another program that are similar between both suites. So Nicole, is there, because we have histamine in the Lyme suite, and we have allergies in the wellness. Can you explain the difference between those two packages?
Absolutely. So the difference between histamine and allergies. Okay, so first difference, like you mentioned, histamine is only available with the Lyme suite of frequencies, and allergies is only available with the wellness suite of frequencies. So here's the second difference. The histamine frequency set was designed to alleviate histamine imbalance, seasonal allergies, and pesticide sensitivities. The aim is to reduce histamine and inflammation levels for overall relief. Like that's the whole goal of the histamine package. But the allergy frequency set is designed to be a non-invasive and drug-free approach to restore and improve disrupted cell function for balanced reaction to providing symptom relief from seasonal allergies. So the histamine is a much more comprehensive package because it's dealing with several different factors. And we found that people dealing with Lyme, their bodies are so run down often and can start having histamine responses to all kinds of things that normally they wouldn't have. So they could have more food sensitivities, or they might have more allergies, like in a seasonal way, or bug bites and things like that turn into welts, whereas before it would just be like a little itchy spot. So we're looking at that reduction in histamine response and providing balance. So that's a big difference between the two.
Yeah. I find allergies one of my favorite frequency suites. And it's very interesting because I know a lot of people will see NIKKI and they might be skeptical, not understand how it works. In my experience, when I've been at a class and there's somebody with allergies, I will actually throw my NIKKI on them and then put the allergy frequency set on. And 20 minutes later, I'll go and be like, well, how are you doing? And they kind of look at me like, what are you talking about? And you'll be like, how are your allergies? And then they realize they're gone. And, this year, I'm not like, with friends and family, the more you talk to people, the more you're realizing that it's been a really bad year for allergies. And I wear my allergy one 24/7. And it's very interesting. We had a customer that emailed recently where she was very skeptical about a product. She admitted she would never buy it. And then she tried somebody's NIKKI and the allergy. So she's been a chronic like allergy medicine, really struggled with it. And then this year with her NIKKI hasn't had to take her allergy medications, her neti pots. And so that is the one frequency I find where you actually see results almost instantly. And that's what turns like the doubters into believers to repeat customers almost, because I find even with myself, it's the one that you see results very, very fast, especially if you're an allergy sufferer. It is my top 3 frequencies that I use, and I love it. We've basically advanced allergies to create the histamine for the Lyme customers, and it's been very popular and very well received.
Because I'm going to tell you, I'm a histamine girly. The allergies one, I don't suffer from seasonal allergies, but I am autoimmune girl. So having autoimmune issues and some things that are going on for me, I'm like, oh, that histamine is a lifesaver. There are some mornings when I wake up and I think, what's going on? Why am I stuffy or this, that, and then histamine. And then an hour later, I'm like, oh, it's gone. Okay.
What's really cool too, Nicole, is you wear the histamine, but you do not actually have Lyme.
No.
And it helps you so much.
So much. It is, you said it was one of your top 3, your allergies. Histamine has become one of my top 3. I wear it all the time. And I notice now, of course, summertime, little bugs, this, that, the next thing. And I started getting welts now from certain bug bites. I thought, what's that about? I'm like, oh, welcome autoimmune. Okay. Histamine, boom, they're gone. Those welts are gone.
That's amazing. That is
amazing.
It's phenomenal. It's actually quite phenomenal. And I've come out with a number of food sensitivities that I didn't used to have. And it's kind of trial by fire. I'm like, whoops, okay. And then I put on histamine, boom. It totally changes everything for me. So it's a go-to for me, a go-to frequency.
That is really good to know because, people that have Lyme as well, they have a lot of food sensitivities. I've talked to individuals, they've been only able to eat 2 things, rice and chicken, for years. Even with the Lyme daily program, those food sensitivities start to dissipate. And so the Lyme program also, if those food sensitivities are brought on by Lyme, that helps. It makes a difference. But having that histamine, thanks for sharing that, because I'll share that with the clients that I talk to. That's amazing. And I have allergies as well. So when I'm driving to work, it reacts with my eyes, with all the pollen and the fluff in the air. When I get to work, it feels like I've got gravel underneath my eyelids, and I put on those allergies or the histamine. And honestly, it is amazing. And that's the thing I love about getting calls from people. They are so excited because they're skeptical to begin with. They can't, like, how is this going to work? And they call and they said, I can't believe it. I gave this to so-and-so, or I put this on and I put this frequency on, and they are amazed. And then they tell their family, they tell their friends. They are the best advocates for us because there's that level of trust. But honestly, believing and using, you believe it. And I'm still amazed and marveled by what people tell. What I hear from people, our clients. It's awesome.
Yeah, me too, Janis. Me too. I've heard so many people talk about they could only eat chicken, zucchini, white rice. And then they're like, wait, I had something else to eat or this or that. And you're like, wait, what? That's incredible. You know, people that's all they've eaten for years because
Yeah.
they could not digest anything else. So yeah, I mean, those are just a handful of the things that we hear on a daily basis, which get me really excited. Get me really excited about what we're doing and who we're doing it for and the results that they're getting.
So we're going to take a little break right now, and we're going to be back in a couple minutes.
I have struggled with sleep for a while, so I do know that it affects everything, but having insomnia, that's something that I would never wish upon anyone. Like, until you don't realize how important sleep is until you lose it. And when you lose it, you really, really realize how much it affects everything. It affects everything within the next day. And then a few days after that, it just like, it creates this vicious cycle that you can't get out of. And so that was huge for me. And that was one of my biggest priorities of 2022, is trying to get my sleep back on track, and at least just sleeping for a few hours every single night, or not waking up every hour on the hour. And the very first day that I wore the device, I slept through the night, which is amazing.
NIKKI puts a personal wellness center in your hands and on your wrist. Be better, do better. We are NIKKI.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Still stay tuned to the very end, because we are going to have a very special giveaway for our listeners of this podcast, sponsored by NIKKI, the personal frequency delivery system that you wear. You know, even like when I started working here, I did not, and I've told the story before, but I did not understand this technology. I didn't understand how lights were going to help me. And I have, like a lot of us, we deal with our own health battles. And I came out of being really sick with Crohn's disease for 5 years, and started working here in 2020, and was given our wave 1, which NIKKI evolved from. And I didn't understand. And I thought, okay, well, I'll give it a try. And I tried the Lyme program, and NIKKI can vouch for this. I think it was like my 3rd day here, NIKKI. I was in Nicole's office crying, because for the first time in 5 years, I got sleep. And you didn't realize how much you missed sleep. I was like, when you have a chronic illness, whether it's Lyme, fibromyalgia, Crohn's, any type of chronic illness, like, it takes a lot just to survive, to get up, to go to work, to go home. And you know, with Crohn, like with my battle, it was, I went to work, I went home, and I went to bed. And that was my life. And that's because that's all I had the energy for. And it's like, you know, you still have bills to pay. And I know that I was fortunate to still keep my job through all my illness. And then I started with We Are NIKKI / Free Medica, and I was given the wave 1. And all of a sudden, I, like, after my 3rd day, I came to work at a new job. I went home, and then I was like staying up chatting with my sister. And then on the weekend, I was doing things. And so I remember going into Nicole's office, and like, I was just like, you know, a week in here. And I literally said, like, if I don't meet my 3 months, you guys are not getting this back. And it's been very impactful in my life. And I use my NIKKI every day. And we talked about how the histamine, even though, Nicole, you don't have Lyme, but you have another autoimmune disease, and how much histamine helps you. I don't have Lyme, I have Crohn's, and I live on the gut health. On gut health. And it's funny because you'll see our founder, Stephen Davis, he'll pull up his sleeves. He's got like 4 NIKKIs on each arm. Janis has 3. I have 2. NIKKI probably has more than one, because you get to that point where you're like, oh, I need my allergies. Oh, but I also need my stress and anxiety. And it's just really great how, even though we call it the Lyme Suite, it is always focused on our Lyme community, because we'll always be there for the Lyme community. But how it can actually help other people that are fighting different battles. And it really makes a difference in my life, Nicole's life, my mom's life, Janis's life, like the people that we talk to. Like, we were talking about how my favorite is Janis, I don't remember. So we were talking to this lady the other day, and she lent it to her daughter. Well, the daughter hasn't given it back. So she had to buy another one because the daughter's like, nope, I need it for school. It's helping me with my stress. I was able to study for my exams. I was able to, you know, kids have a lot of stress now. The stress and anxiety really made a difference for her daughter. And the daughter's like, yeah, I'm not giving it back. And so it's interesting how it helps more than just people with Lyme, and it's just a really great program. And Nikki, I know you had a big hand in helping to build those programs. You put your heart and soul into building these packages, and you built it from an understanding of somebody fighting a chronic illness. And can you give us a little bit of information about your thought process into helping create this Lyme suite of frequencies?
That's such an amazing question. And it's an exciting question for me. So first of all, work with our advisors. So we have some amazing health and wellness advisors on our team that are just beautiful souls, beautiful people that are so knowledgeable and so ready and willing to support the Lyme community and the bioenergetic community, period. Like they believe in a holistic way of being, and they have so much to offer. So we have some phenomenal advisors that we tapped into as a start, saying, hey, if you were to look at this and we were to want to expand this in a way that we could support more systems than just this, because we know, like if you think of the body like a house, you know, so every room in the house is affected when you have autoimmune, when you have Lyme, when you have whatever, right? Like it just tears down the foundation inch by inch. Yeah. And so how could we rebuild that bioenergetic house? What would that look like? And so for me, it's looking at the body as a system, and there are all the systems that intertwine and work together, and they all have their own rhythm, they all have their own beat, they all have their own energies. And so when we're looking at supporting those systems, it's what goes into that. There's an emotional equivalent to what's happening in each organ, in each bit of connective tissue, in each bit of your, you know, musculoskeletal system, etc. There's everything has its own vibration. And so looking at how could we support all of those things in a more holistic and well-rounded way. The flagship Lyme program, if you had nothing else, it's still phenomenal. Like it's amazing. Yes. That's what we've had people using for years now, and it is brilliant. And then we wanted an opportunity to look at more, because that's what we do. We're always looking at what could we do that could be more, that could be better, that could be improved upon. So looking at the systems of, okay, so how could we help someone sleep better? What could we do to support that sleep? And what are the things that go into that? Okay, there's body stressors, there's emotional stressors, there's, you know, and there's energetic stressors, there's, you know, electromagnetic field interference. There's, you know, there's so many things going on that could stress a body so that it can't sleep properly, including the illness itself. Right. So that was, you know, just in terms of sleep, but then looking at, again, the histamine response. So we'll go back to that for a second, because most people that are fighting something tend to get a histamine response because their body's already in a heightened state, and it's already doing what it needs to do, diligently fighting and working toward coming back into balance. So how could we support that to reduce the histamine situation so that people can, again, try to come back into balance within their own bodies? When you look at some of the other things that are in there, gut health, for instance, gut health, like microbiome is such a big thing. Like your microbiome is the gateway to your health and your well-being. There is a mind, body, gut connection. And with that, how could we support that so that the body, again, can come back into balance? It's the imbalance and the stress that causes the body disease. Yep. Right? So looking at all of those different cycles within the body, within the systems, that's kind of how we approached what could this be like to support all these different aspects of being, and what could that do to reduce stressors and further enhance the body's communication to repair itself.
Yeah, it's so vital, the understanding of, you know what, here's your foundation. We're going to build the walls. We're going to do this, and we're going to do this. And I often tell people with anyone with an autoimmune disease, I always refer to it as it's a house of cards built on sand, and one card falls, and it's just like a domino effect of, okay, you think you have this is your autoimmune disease, but then you don't realize that your eyes are affected, something random is happening, infections are happening, and it's that house of cards built on that sand. And so I feel with the new programs and helping you build what we built, it was really neat. It was like an architect looked in, and I remember you saying, okay, well, they've done this. What we want to do is we want to address this and this and this. And so it was like, okay, you know what? We've built our foundation on cement. Now we've built our foundation. Now we're going to do the insulation. We're going to do the plumbing. We're going to do the walls. We're going to do the electrical. Like, it was from start to end. And I feel like these programs that we've come out are very comprehensive and some of the best things we've ever introduced. I personally feel, because we've always had the one Lyme program, and now people are getting 9 other programs that work very complementary within each other, and helping people. It's, with Janis, there's so many stories of hope out there and people getting their life back, and just being a part of that is such a gift, and something that reason why we all love working where we work. And we all have the hard days, but you listen to that mom, NIKKI, I remember you've always said you had this customer who, one year she called and she was able to bake Christmas cookies with her grandkids, and it's still one of my favorite stories, because on those days where it's hard, you have that moment of, this is why we do it. This is why we want to evolve. This is why we want to keep getting better and keep being the forefront of bringing personal delivery frequency systems to people and keeping them at an affordable price range. So we've talked about a lot about the Lyme suite, because we do always support our Lyme community. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about the wellness program. Because we do have the wellness suite, which has the 10 frequency sets that you get. I've talked a little bit about mine. So I want to go through, let's make it a little fun. And if you guys could, what is your top 3 wellness frequency sets that you wear and why you love them? So I'm actually going to start with Miss Janis on this one.
Okay, thank you. I do the allergies, and I love it because it works for my eyes. I don't have an autoimmune issues, thankfully, because I am a Lyme survivor. Thanks to the Lyme Daily program. I mean, it's saved my life, honestly. I do like the stress and anxiety, because sometimes it gets a little, work can be stressful sometimes. And, what brings me the greatest joy is the difference that we're making. So I do like the stress and anxiety. And what is the other one that I like? Those are the 2 that I do the most. I also go between, morning, afternoon, and evening, because those are bundles as well. And sometimes when I wake up, I'm in such a deep sleep, I will throw on the energy first thing in the morning when I'm getting ready, to just give me that boost to get ready and get out the door. And so those are the 3: stress and anxiety, energy, and allergies. Nice. And honestly, I do not need to take allergy medication anymore, which it's amazing.
Very much. What are your top 3, Nicole?
Well, I happen to have some chronic pain conditions, so I am not without the pain frequency. That is a daily and a must-have. It is something that helps me to continue without having to take a lot of pain meds or anything like that. I haven't taken a pain med in, I don't know how long, but it's something that I'm not without. So pain is a daily for me. Travel is a daily for me. If I'm outside my house, again, it doesn't have to be that I'm traveling the continent or I'm on an airplane or anything else. If I'm leaving my home environment, I am on travel, especially if I'm in the grocery or something like that. It's just a matter of acclimating to whatever else is in the environment out there. And I'm also a stress and anxiety girly. So the stress and anxiety, again, I have a practice of morning prayer and meditation. And it's one of those things, it's the first thing I put on in the morning. And it's not because I'm stressed out. It's because it just helps me ground. And it just helps me to stay really present to what I'm doing. And then I have my little meditation and I do my little thing. And then whoop, that sucker goes right on pain.
Yeah.
This is not without being on pain. Like that's just how it works with me and my NIKKI. Hmm.
What about you, Miriam?
What about you, Miss Miriam?
I love the allergies. It
Mhm.
is, I do wear it seasonally. And so right now it's rare that I've actually have to wear allergies into July. Stress and anxiety is profound for me. And like I've told the story, is I can feel when the program has stopped working. So I am like, I have high functioning anxiety, and it keeps me cool, calm, and helps me regulate. And so as soon as I feel it as soon as I feel that anxiety coming back on, I hit the stress and anxiety, and then I calm down again. I also, I do have a chronic illness, so I do use the pain a lot. And the pain program actually, I used to be on a heavy dose of pain narcotics with my Crohn's disease, and I haven't had that for years now. And so the strongest thing I take will be like an Advil or a Tylenol. And so, and that is it's very, very rare. So I love the pain. And then I also love the energy, like you, Janis.
Mhm.
Like I try to limit my caffeine. And so in the morning, I'll throw on an energy boost, or I'll throw on energy, or even in the afternoon when you hit those, that 3 o'clock slump,
Mhm.
then I'll throw energy on. And so
Yeah.
those are like my most used. I'll share a story with my mom, because my mom was one who actually did not understand our technology and was very apprehensive about our technology. And so I was able to gift my mom a NIKKI. And once I finally agreed to let her try it, my mom she's got arthritis and loves the pain frequency. And that enables her to, work in her garden, take care of her yard. She volunteers with her church. Then she also loves immune and pathogens. So
Mhm.
the immune and pathogens is also one my mom wears every day.
Mhm.
She loves it. She was saying the first time she met Steven, our CEO, she went up to him and she's like, "Look at this cut on my finger." And he's like, "Okay." Like, it was so funny. And then she's like, "No, 3 days ago I cut my finger really bad. I threw on viruses and bacteria, and it was like healed like within like 3-4 days. And normally it would take like a couple weeks for my mom." And so she loves the immune and pathogens.
Mhm.
And so it's really neat seeing how people have taken the frequency sets on the wellness and how they work in a different way. So
Mhm.
it's, immune and pathogens, I wouldn't think to wear that for a cut. But
Mhm.
again, that's exposing your body to, foreign objects, that kind of stuff. And so you want to be careful. And Nikki, like what you said with travel, most people view travel as, I'm going to get on an airplane, I'm going to get on a ferry, I'm going to do this. But it's really like when you leave your home environment, you want to wear the travel. You starting to like feel run down, you're going to get a cold. Let's switch on that immune pathogens before it becomes something very big. And so the wellness suite is such a great suite to also introduce you into the world of bioenergetics and the NIKKI personal delivery frequency system. And I find it very affordable for your health.
I had not heard about the birth and the conception and the coming to like full term with the suites and how they were developed. And because, yeah, I just kind of heard we got this, this, and this, and this, but hearing about how they're supporting every system in the body like that, I love it. And, I was talking to Dan Payne, and he says, I do gut health is my foundation because that's foundational. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. Absolutely. I run
Yeah.
that one every day now.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too, right? Because, and
Yes.
that's the thing. That's the thing with these. Nothing happens in isolation in the body.
No, no, no,
Everything
no.
is connected. It has its
Totally.
own symphony. It
Yeah.
has its own beat. It has its own rhythm.
Mhm.
And if something's out of whack and there's some dissonance, well, we need the conductor to kind of
Mhm.
bring that orchestra back into balance.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Janis and Nicole, for joining us on today's episode of Bioenergetics Beats. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your busy schedules to impart some information that customers are looking for, letting them know where we're going, what we're up to. It's very valuable. Remember to visit wearenikki.com and use your promo code BioBeats for 10% off your purchase. We value our customers so much. As a sign of appreciation, visit wearenikki.com/podcast and enter to win a NIKKI personal delivery system for yourself, along with the wellness suite of frequencies with a $5.98 value. We have a giveaway every episode. Enter to win, and good luck.
It's so exciting when we get to announce our winners. August, we've got Jessica Sweat, Kay Strange, Paula Peterson, and Gianna S. Now, if you like hearing your name being called out for being a winner chicken dinner, make sure that you're sharing this with others so that they can get on all the amazing guests that we have, the healing information that we have, the community, and of course, they would get a chance to win a NIKKI as well. So don't keep us a secret. Make sure that you're passing this along to those you love.
Please like, share, and subscribe to Bioenergetics Beat wherever you get your podcast. Thanks for joining us today, and have a healthy day.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Miriam. Thank you, Janice.
Thank you, Nicole.
That was so much fun, ladies.
NIKKI plus Lyme is the next generation of Wave 1 technology referred to in this testimonial.
With the Wave device, have you been able to get back to yoga?
I have, yes. Not even just teaching, but like my own practice. That was I remember so clearly. I went to a class last year and I wasn't even able to do like a basic pose because my body was in so much pain. And that's not something I've ever experienced before. I'm sorry, I'm getting like really emotional thinking about this. But it is really hard to have things that like you almost take for granted in your daily life, and then suddenly to just completely lose the ability to have those things anymore. So it almost in a way is like there are silver linings to everything. And that is a silver lining, is just like being grateful for so many of the basic things that we often don't even give a second thought to. So short answer, yes.
NIKKI puts a personal wellness center in your hands and on your wrist. Be better. Do better. We are NIKKI.com. There's a new word for wellness, NIKKI. NIKKI, the bioenergetic wearable designed to help you feel better and perform better. Other wearables just track how you're doing. NIKKI is about helping you do better. Touch the NIKKI screen to choose the frequency you want for what you want to do and how you want to feel. NIKKI puts a personal wellness center in your hands and on your wrist. Be better. Do better. We are NIKKI.com. The views, information, and opinions expressed in this content are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of Freemedica. Freemedica Technologies, Inc. and its employees are not responsible, nor verifies accuracy any of the information contained in the following content. The primary purpose of this content is to educate and inform. This content does not constitute medical or other professional advice or services.